Hey, I get the impression the two of us see eye to eye. Am I wrong? When was one time you gave your best friend the cold shoulder? Not nice. Has it ever happened to you to pay an arm and a leg for a clothing item that you later regretted? And one more thing, don't go. When you're short of money, whose ear do you bend? Not nice at all. Welcome to my new lesson. Well, this has just been a practical sample of how you can use body part vocabulary totally different to what you used to know. And if you're interested to know more and of course boost your vocabulary, spoken English, be sure to stick around. But before doing so, let me tell you that idioms are phrases or expressions, and I consider them a living mechanism. They're language on the move that natives use on a daily basis, and that you will literally want to know and get to master as soon as possible, because this will help you boost your confidence, that's for sure. So you ready? Buckle up. Also, if you're wondering what those idioms are and you want to dive deeper into this, please check out one of my oldest videos about idioms right here. Now, buckle up and let's get this body idioms moving, shall we? Number one is pick somebody's brains. To pick somebody's brains means to talk to somebody in order to find useful information or advice. And I'm thinking here of a couple, a young couple, thinking of starting their van journey. And so they're talking to a more experienced couple, saying, you know, you've been doing this for like 2 years now, so please, can we pick your brains about this? Because we just want you to let us in on the highs and lows of this whole adventure and the whole stuff. Hope you got this one right and be able to use it yourself in an example of your own. Number two is break your leg. Break a leg. Well, this is not literally the action of breaking your leg, which is a painful action. No, it's just an encouragement phrase used before someone going up on the stage and singing a song or speaking in public and so on. So I know you've been practicing and working for this so hard, so no need for you to be nervous. Break a leg. My next idiom has to do quite a lot with this one, and it's cross your fingers. Cross your fingers, which is a hand gesture I'm just showing, meaning that you're hoping that everything goes well, you're wishing for luck. So I'm not promising that every one of this vocabulary I'm presenting now is going to be easy for you and you'll get them right without practice. But, I'm crossing my fingers for you. So I hope everything goes well. But remember, put some effort into it and build your own examples. Our next idiom is bend someone's ear. To bend someone's ear is to keep talking to someone about something that you think is important, although they might not enjoy it so much. So an example here could be, well, someone is having trouble paying their rent, so they might going through a hard time doing so. So they're saying this, they're bending their best friend's ear. I'm so sorry for bending your ear about my money issues, my rent issues, but you know, the deadline is coming to a close, so what am I gonna do? My next idiom for you is jump or leap out of my skin. Jump or leap out of someone's skin. You know, mind that you use the appropriate possessive adjective here. And this means to just get extremely surprised and a bit afraid of something. Quiet in the room, you seated at your desk doing your paperwork, and suddenly a loud banging in the wall, and you're like, oh my goodness, you know, reporting this, saying this to your mom, whatever family members around you at that time. Oh my goodness, I jumped out of my skin when I heard the loud banging. It's because I was so focused on what I was doing. Put your foot down. Put your foot down is an idiom meaning that you use your authority to stop something from happening. And what I have in mind here as an example is that the residents of an area, of a neighborhood, are so freaked out with the authorities trying to replace their green corner, their little park, with a market, and trying to have a say in all this issue. They will just put their foot down, yeah, and express their annoyance with all this. Next, we have to have or get the upper hand. Have or get the upper hand, which means to have more control and power over a person or situation than anyone else. Here I'm thinking of the generation gap and how roles are shifting, not only due to the times, but also to the roles, you know, and parents, with the passing of the time, they just don't have the upper hand over their children. Are we agreed on this? Another nice idiom is off the top of your head. Off the top of your head. Like here, but it's got nothing to do with this. It means immediately, without thinking, and it's something that you're saying from your knowledge, yeah? Not something that you've looked up or searched or given any other, you know, too much importance. Someone is asking you, when are you flying back home tomorrow? And you're like, oh, off the top of my head, I think somewhere around morning. So you're just saying something that, you know, comes to mind on the spot. By the skin of your teeth. By the skin of your teeth. Yes, do teeth have skin? Kind of. It's called animal. Well, that's not the problem here. It's to just manage to do something and to just manage not to feel something. Well, let me explain here. It's when, for example, you are trying to make it on time to catch a bus, and you get there, or you're making it by the skin of your teeth. I mean, the driver is just about to hit the road. He just started the engine. And when you get there, he's like, oh, you just made it by the skin of your teeth. I was about to hit the road just now. See? So you made it by the skin of your teeth. Next idiom is to give someone the cold shoulder. Can we have a cold shoulder? Like, can it get cold or what? No, it's about ignoring someone or treating someone in an unfriendly way. So, for example, it often happens to us that we've had a fight, we've gotten into an argument with someone, and you know what it's like. You don't feel like giving them too much attention after that, yeah, afterwards. So you're like, giving them a cold shoulder. You're not looking at them, you're ignoring them, you're just trying to, not talking to them anymore, giving them the cold shoulder. So, when was your last time that you gave someone, a close friend, I don't know, a work colleague, a workmate or something, the cold shoulder? Pay an arm and a leg. To pay an arm and a leg. It means to pay a lot of money for something, to pay a fortune. After they had the makeover of their house, they just paid an arm and a leg to refurbish it. But it must look awesome. Next, at the top of your lungs. At the top of your lungs. Wow! It means very loudly, screaming out loud so the others can hear you. Look, I sometimes have to say something at the top of my lungs in my classes because children might be chattering at the back of the class, and so I'll be saying it at the top of my lungs. Now attention everybody, and let's get this started, okay? So I can get their attention. Rule of thumb. Rule of thumb, which is a rule, a guideline, an idea or a principle that we usually follow in practical situations of life based not on exact calculations but rather on experience. And a good example here, a good rule of thumb, a commonsensical one as I like to call it, is to never be late for a job interview. Do you agree with me? What's your rule of thumb? I don't know, in this kind of situations, in social situations, for example. Drop it down below. Next one, to be up in arms. Be up in arms, it means to get angry and so pissed off with something that you're ready to fight and protest. Yeah, you're opposing something because you're angry about it. And I'm thinking here of that situation when someone finds out that they're going to be fired, and so they're up in arms about it. I mean, I'm up in arms about finding out that I'm going to be fired. If something is at your fingertips, it means that it is very easy to find and it is easily available. For example, food of any kind is at our fingertips. Am I right? I mean, everybody grows it, produces it, and so it's found in supermarkets and every other place, and so it's at our fingertips. Yeah, we don't have trouble having it and getting it. Next is get itchy feet. Get itchy feet. It doesn't mean that, I feel like scratching my feet. No, it means that I feel a desire to travel. I feel a great desire to travel. And now, after having like loads of travel on this holiday, I'm now good staying at home and having a break from our travels. But after like 2 months of school and daily grind, I'll be getting itchy feet again. I'm sure of this. And another expression with feet is to get cold feet. This time, get cold feet, which means to start being afraid to do something that you initially planned to do. This might be the case with a young man dreaming of having his own home for quite a while now, but who's getting cold feet just thinking of how long he's going to pay that mortgage, So he's getting cold feet just thinking of taking a loan from the bank, which is quite something distressing, I would say. Next, to see eye to eye. See eye to eye, I've been using this at the beginning of my video, and it means to agree with one another, to just get along well. For example, at my workplace, which is a school, we teachers see eye to eye on different aspects regarding students and different school aspects, of course, everything to our students' best interest. Give someone a piece of your mind. Give someone a piece of your mind, which means to speak angrily to someone because they have done something wrong. And I'm thinking here of that situation in which a mother is really angry with her son for not taking the garbage out and smelling very badly. So the garbage is in the middle of the kitchen, overflowing, and that's exactly what's made the mother so angry, like hitting the roof. So I'm going to give my son, I'm going to give Mike a piece of my mind for doing this to all of us. I mean, getting home and having to take this out myself and also, put up with the smell. Next we have a more beautiful and gentle one. It is to wear your heart on your sleeve, right here. Just kidding. Wear your heart on your sleeve means to make your feelings and emotions obvious to others rather than hiding them. I mean, express your feelings openly, to put it in a different way. And I think personally that it is not always good to wear your heart on your sleeve because other people might take advantage of you. But I truly admire those people who are self-assured and still at times capable of wearing their heart on their sleeve. If you think this is not enough, you can check out my other video, an older one again, then you can find another example. So take a moment to check this one after we're done here. Thanks, and let's move on to almost our last one, which is up to your ears, or another idiom with this part of body, which means to be very busy and to be hardly managing it. So when I am up to my ears with schoolwork, I just take a moment to lie down on the couch and listen to some music or watch a video, something relaxing anyway, and take a sip of my favorite drink. What about you? What do you do when you're up to your ears? Good. And with this said, we are done. I can't believe it. There's been so much work and effort put into this video, and so you deserve a pat on the back. Look, another idiom, which is words of praise from me to you. That's great for being able to make it to the end. I thank you so much for watching me. Now be sure to do the work, the follow-up work. I mean, make up your own examples and drop them right here so I can get back to you and further chat in the comments. Thank you so much, and of course, I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.